Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender normal sisters. It's time for some more Pirates of the Geek Vortex. Tonight we're playing Guilty as Suck. With me, your host, Olaf, and the rest of the crew. Alright, and give me just a moment here to get everybody who has a camera, get them set up properly. Alright, so how's everybody doing?
Do I have an echo? I can hear my echo.
Do you have it going through your TV? You're picking it up through your mic.
Hold on.
Your TV is broadcasting too close to your mic.
I don't have a TV.
It's getting worse.
We apparently have succularity.
Okay. No, your mic is picking up from your TV. You're getting a straight feedback loop. Even you are echoing. Okay, we're gonna have to pause the game here because I'm gonna have to turn the game audio off right now because we are having a bit of technical difficulties. All right, I'm going to switch back to broadcasting through Discord for audio. All right. Okay, so yeah, we're having a bit of a difficulty with audio here. We are getting major feedback through Caden's stuff for some reason. All right. And let me get the camera set up here. Okay, so yeah, all right, so I am, right now, if anybody wants to talk to the community, you need to go through Discord. So let me see here. All right. I think this one should be, no, okay. That one's fine. So this one should be me then. Yes, there we go. All right. There's all the cameras set up. And we'll transition over. And there we go. All right. So let's see here.
Is that better?
Okay, I can hear you now. There we go.
And no echo.
Not on my end. Okay, so no echo through the game audio?
Not from me. I can't hear anybody's echo, but nobody's speaking except you.
Okay, well, let me try here. Okay, how are we doing here?
Check. Sibilance. No?
Okay, I'm not hearing any echo like we were having before, at least.
But you can hear voices?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we can hear you now. I had the game turned off so that I wasn't broadcasting that endless echo and reverb through to everybody watching.
CSZC A. What was the rest of the code?
it is.
Bueller.
Hang
Bueller.
on.
Shit.
There. If you copy that and post that into, you'll get it.
B Z C S Z V C
Okay.
S Z V A 6. Anybody? No?
I hear you.
Feedback. Massive feedback. Oh, shit.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
Massive feedback still.
Do you have headphones on, or are you using speakers?
I'm using speakers.
Okay, that's the problem.
I don't think I have it. Let me see.
All right. I think maybe we should deactivate the automatic voice in this game just because it's just nowhere near as intuitive as Discord. I never thought I would say those words out loud.
Okay. So yeah, you're getting feedback because okay, so that's who's providing the feedback. It's because your speakers are playing into your mic. Your mic's picking up your speakers.
Ow! Fucker.
Okay.
And one thing I'm going to note is that I normally have just a mic and speakers. I normally don't have that kind of feedback.
Yeah, but it depends on what the game is picking up as far as your mic.
Right, and Discord does its own noise cancellation, usually.
Go into headphones. You guys can't even hear me, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you because you're still going through Discord.
Okay. Are we on?
Okay, let me see here.
Massive feedback right now.
That's weird.
Massive. It's like you're standing at the edge of a canyon.
Okay, hang on a moment here. I'm gonna go back and check check what the options are for here. Okay.
But everybody else can hear me?
Well, I'm not listening to well, nobody can hear you right now because I backed out of the room, so the lobby closed.
Right, we'd have to restart the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, right now I don't hear any feedback.
Right, because you're not going through the game. We're not doing anything through the game.
I honestly, I'm going to vote that we just disable the game's voice, because my God, that is not an intuitive thing.
I don't know if it helps, but I'm not hearing any feedback from anybody.
Okay. Well, everybody would need to go through and do the same thing then. Because one person doesn't control all of the sound settings for everybody.
So we're going back through Discord?
Yeah.
Okay.
Much more sane, I think. I like what they were trying to do, but they need to work on how well their sound is configured for this.
Okay. Nightkind, in the game's first the main menu, where you have host, find a court, and stuff like that.
Yes.
You should have a gear icon.
Yes.
Okay. Under communication, what microphone is it set up for?
My standard USB condenser, which is my default mic.
Okay. Then I would say what we're going to want to do is we are going... see, if we could bring in anybody if anybody comes in like as a juror that's not there, then they're not going to be able to hear anything. Okay, we'll just keep it tight, a tight group just to just us 5, because gamers should be on in just a little bit, he said.
Okay.
So under communications, under voice activation, everybody needs to turn that to none. That will disable the voice activation in the game.
I like this plan.
Okay, so we're definitely going through Discord right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Back. Find a court. Enter my code. Anybody see my phone? God. Anybody want to change lives with me? For the love of the gods.
Okay, there we go. I just realized that we were talking about all this stuff and Caden couldn't hear us because he still had us turned off on Discord.
Okay, I can't find my phone, so C S Z.
Hang on, it's going to change. It's
Okay.
going to change. So, all right. Okay, you have it. So everything's going to have a delay. All right. So let me bring up the host. All right. It is OPHIPV.
No numbers?
No numbers.
Why do I keep fucking up? Why? I hate my life. I can't bring up the page now. That guy's hat, activate clothing, show is judge. Select cosmetic. Find a court.
Yeah.
Olaf, can you say those? Oh, those letters again, please.
OPHIPV.
T.
OPHIPV.
I've sent it to you in chat if you want to copy paste it.
No, I cannot hear you right now.
Excuse me. Well, you know what? Just kick me off. Kick me out of the dungeon. I'll understand.
You got the code now. I've sent it to you. Go ahead and copy paste that over.
Well, if I can, yeah. If you want to kick me out of the dungeon,
she's. I think what she's the text form for Discord is on her phone, which is.
Oh.
And I can't find my phone, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kick me out. I don't know. I don't get it.
All right.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Hayden. Oh, I know. It fell. Okay.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I went through my sound settings, muted literally everything. OBS, Discord, Guilty as Sock, Firestorm, everything.
Well, everybody was saying you were hearing this, and this was you. I'm like, wait, but okay.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's like, nah, because I had my audio running through my laptop speakers. I was moving the mic away from the speaker.
Which is weird, because as you were moving it away, it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so what the hell is it that's playing this extra audio? And then I muted everything, and they're like, I can still hear the echo. Well, it ain't me, bitch.
Okay.
All right, I'm in.
Okay, I gotta get the new code.
All right.
But yeah, I did, like, the first thing I did after I muted everything was go back in and turn the voice detection to none.
All right. So now I have the game audio playing for the chat, I think, or for the stream. Oh wait, no, I don't, because I need to unmute it here. All right.
Here I am. I just said I set voice detection to none. So I'm like, well, let's find out if we were streaming the game audio by muting the Discord audio and talking. You're going to need to hit me with that hammer a few times tonight.
Probably. Okay. Are you going no cam?
How the hell did my cam turn off? I never turned it off.
Because you're disconnected from the server?
Oh, that's right, I did.
There we go. I was gonna say, I'm like, okay, should I reorganize everything, or is she gonna just okay?
No,
there we go.
no, I just need to. I got frustrated, so I'm not thinking straight.
I understand. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's here. Everybody's good. We're solid. So now we get to go through the. Oh, and by the way, hello, Knox. Sorry, we were sorry. I didn't notice your stuff there. We were. Dear gods, I don't know what I don't know what Ras is doing.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
Knox's
my
suggestion. We should
cameraman
totally put the game
fall
on
on me.
trial.
Okay. No. We don't mind you. We don't mind you, Knox. You're fine.
And now my dog has decided to climb my head.
Okay.
Yeah, if you decide to climb Daddy's head.
Hayden, do you want to go through the tutorial with the tutorial type stuff with them, or?
Oh, like just explaining everything to them?
Yes,
Well,
please.
I mean, taking the role of like, the judge and having one is prosecutor, one is defense.
Okay, yeah. You want to be the bailiff?
I'll be the journalist. I want to try that one out.
Okay, cool. That works. So whoever thinks they can make a better prosecutor, please select your prosecution roles now. Keep in mind that no, we're not going to make any jokes about Rasclin or gamers tonight. Not at first, because we already did that last night.
What, the fact that we were just doing jury duty?
Oh no!
The fact you weren't even a jury duty. So we put you both on trial.
Okay, I will try out as prosecutor.
Yay!
Okay, and then you see the big button down below that says "Ready."
There's a
Click that.
button, ready, button. No, I'm just joshing. 'Cause me.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, everybody's in. We'll start the game.
Dude, that is a hell of a delay. What is your latency set at?
Are you clicked live?
Yeah.
Little but
I'm
little.
seeing delay too.
I mean, granted, it's on my phone, so like, yeah, it's going to be more of a delay.
Well,
I
I'm
called
also
it
doing
free.
more with my internet than you guys are.
True.
Because I'm taking all of your stuff in, packing it down, and then sending it out to YouTube. Okay. So as prosecution, you have to decide the name of the person that you're bringing
Yeah,
to
I'm
court
just-
and the reason.
Like, I'm just taking
Okay.
my brace off so I can use my hands. So
How far do I have to aim above your head to hit you? Okay, so no, when you're in the judge's stand, if you want to hit the journalist, you got to aim for the creepy black-eyed child with the blue cap.
oh, my name that I chose is too long.
Huh.
Accused of
Bonk.
I am stunned.
Oh, that's like 5 or 6 seconds. That's weird.
Yeah, apparently the longer you hold it, the longer it stuns them. Okay, so our defendant, Anita
Stella.
Brake, is accused of barking like a dog but doesn't know the breed.
Whoa,
Okay.
hey. This
All right.
is okay.
Opening arguments. Prosecution.
Now, you can bring evidence if you click on the envelope on your desk.
Oh, this doesn't have a zoom on it. That's going to make me seasick.
Oh, we do have a zoom, but I forgot how to do it.
It's the right mouse button when you're not
Yeah,
clicking
that's
on
right.
anything.
Oh, there it is. Oh, stop it. Oh my God. Okay, no. I have a...
You should have an envelope there on the desk down in front of you.
There we go.
Cards.
Yep, and that's how you select your evidence. So you want to select a card and then build a narrative around that card.
And until the judge selects prosecution or defense, you cannot use those cards.
You can
Okay,
tell.
so I'm just... So, but I don't pull a card right now because you have to say prosecution.
No, it's actually
You have
it
the
is your
green
turn.
light, so prosecution
Oh,
is being
okay.
listened to. It's your turn. You can build an argument.
Okay.
Now, one thing that we did last night is we had it so that we played all of our cards at once. You actually can play one card, give the defense a chance to respond to that piece of evidence, and then continue on and go back and forth and back and forth. It depends on how the judge wants to do it.
Okay.
How is Nightkind more comfortable? Are you more comfortable doing one card at a time or making a narrative?
No, I think right now I'm okay doing one card at a time.
Okay, so present your argument for that dark web purchase, and then we will hear from the defense.
Okay.
Okay, that is... Okay. Oh, I see. That's...
Maybe we should have had one of them be the judge and you and I be the attorneys.
Well, then they wouldn't see what's going on
True,
with that.
true.
Okay, evidence. Build a narrative on your turn. Okay, so I picked my card and...
I think you have to manually switch it to me if we're doing the one card to one card thing.
Well, no, yeah, but I was waiting on her argument for that card.
Okay.
Like, once she picks the card, she has to tell us why that piece of evidence damns the defendant. As in verbally.
Oh, yeah. So I need to...
So, like, because you did a dark web purchase, what did he purchase on the dark web, and why does that show his guilt?
Okay.
This is where the acting comes in.
I don't see it. Where's the card that he chose?
No, he hasn't chosen a card yet.
Oh, okay.
You need to tell us what the dark web evidence that you brought has to do with his potential
with my
guilt.
prosecution. Okay. So on the dark web, because you need to figure out what kind of breed of dog that you're barking about. So on the dark web, what you are doing is researching what kind of dog. And that dog could be a giant schnauzer or a teacup chihuahua.
Okay.
Is that, am I supposed to do more?
No, we'll
good.
accept that.
That's good.
Defense.
Okay. So my defense will be damn.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind that while you're presenting your arguments, at any point, Olav can write a breaking news article for either one of you to use as evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
In that case, I will play security camera. At no point did a package ever arrive on the front door. Therefore, it doesn't matter what was ordered on the dark web. And I've got the security footage to prove it.
And now we have
Prove that you
breaking
can't
news.
Prove the negative.
Breaking news.
Online purchase of dogs not as advertised.
Okay, my turn.
I gotta get my gavel and prosecution.
Okay. Well, just because on the dark web, just because it's not advertised or is advertised doesn't mean that it is the dog that was chosen. Because my client does not know, just because he can bark like a dog, he does not know which breed. So, just because you have breaking news does not mean that it is the dog.
Wait, are you arguing against the breaking news that helps your case?
Apparently I
Because it's
can run
online
with it.
purchases of dogs are not as advertised, with a huge dog
Like
saying
last
toy
night when
poodle.
we had that.
Yeah.
We had that
Anytime
trial
you guys
that
want to
we-
kick me from the dungeon, I'm okay.
Oh no, you're doing fine. Trust me. We had to go through several rounds before we got really into the swing of
Okay.
things.
Yeah, we had two trials where the prosecution just like looked at the defense, was like, yeah, he's guilty, and defense was like, yeah, that's guilty. He's guilty. We don't care.
Oh, my dog needs water. Okay. Okay. All right. Gotta give the dogs water. Hang on. Then go outside. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna stun me? Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, what? Are you gonna stun me?
Can I stun
So
you?
that was me going
don't
for you
know.
because I know
Well,
someone
I
got
can,
me.
yes.
I assumed it was you.
I can stun you.
You can stun everyone.
Okay.
I think you can.
I can't stun the defendant, unfortunately, because they don't exist.
The defendant just kind of looks at me sheepishly.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Rasclin, there's also one other thing that we need to introduce you to.
What's that?
If you hold down E on your keyboard, you can emote.
Who farted?
I think that would be the judge.
At the defense.
both me
You
and
have a
Rask at the
smiley
same time
face
were like,
on your typewriter?
Huh?
You have a smiley face on your typewriter?
Yes, I do.
That's awesome.
Huh, I don't have that. So, okay.
All right.
What? Is it me?
Oh. Right. The judge stunned you, so he has to start your round over again.
Yeah. There we go.
Why do I have a piece of... Oh,
Please
that's
continue.
a bell.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
So the whole round, so I have to come up with another question or just another card?
Another card that you have to explain.
Okay, because my client is barking like a dog, but he doesn't know what dog.
Also, I know it
So,
works with Judge. Yeah, with if you need any time to remember what evidence has already been presented, hit
Okay.
tab and you'll pull up your binder.
Gotcha, thank you. Okay.
A love letter, unreadable because of tears. Okay.
So, my client, when he barks like a dog, but he does not know which dog breed, he receives a love letter from a long lost dog that traveled across the United States in a shipping container?
That's very odd, but okay. Depends.
Damaged charger. That only works as one specific angle, but there's a reason for this. The charger is dog shape. There was never a dog. It was always a novelty charger.
Prosecution.
You know, if you said objection right now, it would be totally valid.
So why would you buy a novelty charger from AMPM knowing that it wouldn't work?
You don't actually have to wait for me to select prosecution or defense to talk.
Yeah, you guys can talk whenever you want.
It's just you can't present evidence until it's your turn.
Clearly, to get money back and a better charger, thanks to faulty return policies, which is not the charge we're talking about today.
So you don't even have a reason.
Well,
to-
unfortunately, I don't find the charger strong enough evidence.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm
yeah,
going to
it's a
strike
faulty
that.
charger.
The defense has lost a piece of evidence.
Stella. 2. Sorry.
God, how high do I have to aim? There we go.
I had to aim for the juror
Yeah, I have
above
to, like,
you.
aim for the aim for the ceiling, basically.
It, like, I can't even see mine. What the hell?
Oh, that's why the thing has the automated voice chat.
What?
It's because the lips move when we talk.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Bloody
he
hell,
can-
that was the whole reason.
and the gavel stunning trick doesn't work.
I mean, it does still. Because the gavel also makes it to where you can't interact for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if we were in just game voice chat and you were presenting a really crap argument and I stunned you, it would immediately cut off your mic.
So, all right, who's see here? Who's doing? Okay, so right, I guess it's prosecution.
I think prosecution got dragged away.
Oh, that happens.
Okay, so I am. So he is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Also, if you want, there is a notebook beside you that you can jot things down as somebody is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the only thing we can't interact are these fake ass Bibles, which is weird.
That doesn't cancel. Okay, somebody's giving me a little bit of feedback, like maybe they have their radio on or they're playing a game. Hayden.
Not me.
Okay, so, prosecuting. Wait, I'm not the prosecutor.
Yes, you
Listen,
are.
Wait a minute, that's,
You are the prosecution.
okay. Well, I'm thinking because I'm looking at the avocado. Okay, so, barks like a dog, but doesn't know which dog breed, and he bought a dog breed off of the black web. And it could be anywhere from a giant schnauzer to a chihuahua. And so right now he barks again. And it's starting to sound more like a dog barking. I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs barking.
We can, and I was about to make a joke about it, but I'm gonna be polite.
Okay. What's wrong, Caden? Are you all right? I mean, okay, so he's finally
I
trying to
didn't want to
figure out
ask
what
you
dog
if this
breed.
was really just a ruse to tell us that you have a gimp in your basement.
Yes, I do have a basement. So he's trying to figure out what dog breed, and he really can't, even though it was on the dark web. So, but the dark web also has the tendency to send you different dogs to cover up any actions that may have been caused through the person barking like a dog.
Do you have a third piece of evidence to present?
I can. Yes, I do. Because do you want me to pull up a screenshot of the dark web?
No,
I'd
the
like
card
to see a third
type
piece of evidence from your
Oh.
folder.
All right, you guys, I'm tired of being the. Can somebody else be pretty for a minute? Okay. Okay, because he pulled up a. Ooh.
Oh dear God!
Used tissue.
You're not helping that gimp accusation.
That's not the.
Okay.
Okay, a used tissue.
It's my evidence from the dark web.
Did he
Okay,
buy it off the dark web?
You need to tell us what that has to do with it.
Oh, because when you buy dogs or you buy dog information off the dark web, then sometimes all you get is a used tissue, because when you sent the love letter and it was covered in tears, that is the used tissue from cleaning up your tears.
Okay. Bunk. Defense.
Very good.
Oh, hey.
I bring the hand sanitizer to the fore. Proof that my client was well aware of the risks and had prepared, and thus there was no harm, therefore no foul.
What is our breaking news?
Judge confused.
Judge confused. Court case going haywire.
I mean,
Sorry.
I mean, I'm so very tempted to just make a verdict right now. Prosecution. You have 2 more chances to convince me, both of you.
If you, I mean, there's nothing saying you have to go through all 5 pieces of evidence. You can if you want.
Yeah,
If
like
you don't have
if
anything
you want to
else.
call it right now, we can make a decision whenever.
So, on.
A
It's the
half-smoked
judge.
cigar.
Am I doing that right?
What'd you say, Olaf?
Said it's the judge. He's the one. He sent her the wrong dog.
That's not the case. We are trying to prove that this man barked like a dog.
But he doesn't know which breed he barked at. Like,
But like looking at this dude, I don't think this dude can bark because he seems pretty frail.
well, I can't see my dude, so.
No, the guy in the
He's
helmet.
right in you.
The guy in the helmet next to Rask there. That's
Oh,
that's
that-
that's that's that's
That's your
the
defendant.
defendant.
yep.
Of course, Nightkind, you could say that a half-smoked cigar, dogs don't smoke cigars.
But also, defense could claim that a half-smoked cigar would cause a cough. That would sound like a dog bark.
So you don't know, because a half-smoked cigar could sound like a dog barking. coughing. The coughing could sound like a dog barking.
Wait, hold on, Olaf. Why are we giving the council's advice?
Hey, I'm a journalist. It's my job to mess with shit.
I'm just waiting to play its counter card at some point.
Okay, well, since we haven't heard any evidence towards a cigar, counterpoint.
She took your advice.
Counterpoint is very simple. A hole in the garden. What cigar? I don't see a cigar, just this weirdly smoking hole in the front lawn.
Okay.
There it is. This is so far away from.
Yeah, we had to get pretty creative last night. Like, I accused Rasclin of vanishing into thin air, and I was like, he was in a crowded subway, and we have a lost shoe. So Olaf was like, no, he was kidnapped.
He was kidnapped after an anime convention, which is why he had a free hug sign.
This is actually not too far from the truth, but moving on.
Yeah, we need to hear about this lost shoe. Why is that important, prosecution?
Because it's a gumshoe. Sorry.
You're helping you're helping the prosecution.
We have long since derailed ourselves.
So, the hole that's in the ground with the smoking cigar, with the smoke coming out, somebody jumped in after you to find that lost dog and lost a shoe in the process.
Did I just gavel my own desk?
Yeah, you can gavel against the desk there.
But there is a suspicious noise under the bed, and upon further investigation, it was the other shoe.
I'm so glad you took this case.
Okay, you know what? With as much evidence has been presented, not guilty.
Okay,
Nobody
so,
called any witnesses.
We didn't have any witnesses.
Okay, one thing that I would say with this is, as far as the witnesses, whoever's like playing the bailiff or the bailiff or the journalist or whatever, they should probably also be able to portray the witnesses. That would help fill out the court case.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So we'll go to play again.
I think I'll be an attorney this time.
All right. Nightkind, Rask, what do you guys want to try?
I'm a witness.
I wouldn't mind trying a juror, but I don't know if that's going to be an option.
No, it wouldn't
Well, no,
be.
because we have to have a judge, prosecutor, and defense.
Olaf, why did you laugh when I said I wanted to be a witness?
Well, no, I was gonna say you could be a journalist, and when we call witnesses, you can play the role of the witness. The journalist gets to can create up to 3 news articles, breaking news articles.
Ta-da. Okay, wait. Ta-da.
There you
Okay. Cool beans. Thank you.
go. All right, Rask, you want to try being judge, or do you want to try doing prosecution?
I'll try prosecution. Why not?
I will be a defense lawyer.
All right, and just need to hit that you're ready there, Nightkind.
Ready?
All right.
Now we get to have fun because you and I are used to this. Oh shit, I better go over my evidence.
And if you have like a face picture or profile picture, something like that on your computer, you actually can upload it to be the defendant.
Good to know. Okay.
I still think I should appeal one of last night's cases.
Which one?
The one against you. You were clearly biased.
This is true. But also, you were clearly biased being prosecution, so your appeal is denied.
You can't try an appeal, though. You tried the case.
I shouldn't have been trying the case in the first place because
you should have
that was
recused yourself.
personal.
Yeah.
And besides, I'm not a judge right now. I'm a defense attorney.
There we go.
All right, so we have the case against Mr. Tor, who is accused of making a royal boob disappear. All right, we'll start off with prosecution.
Very good. Okay, I should probably not do the voice of I'm prosecution. I'm accusing Skelly over there.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. I did nothing.
Your past history implies you have the expertise. I'm doing one card at a time. That's
Okay.
the Spectre Sweeper.
Spectre Sweeper. Okay, hang on here. All right, Spectre Sweeper. What did you say the
past experience says that Mr. Tor here would have the skills.
Indeed.
All right. I'm just making notes here. Making sure that I understand what's going on. All right, fine.
I'm not doing this as Skeletor because I'm his lawyer. I'm not. However, that Spectre Sweeper is an inaccurate piece of evidence, as there was a shriek at midnight. So clearly we would need the equipment to figure out what that shriek was.
Okay. Prosecution.
You still had this single earbud. Therefore, it was very easy for you to tell where the shriek came from and which ear it was most annoying in.
I would like to present a suspicious bill for the exact amount of that single earbud. Clearly it was planted.
Interesting. Okay. So, stepping back for a moment, Nightkind. If
Yes.
you want to do a newspaper or a breaking news of some sort about some of this stuff, you can just click on the typewriter. It'll
And
give
hit
you
little mister.
a
Okay.
headline, and then you can draw something for the picture.
Okay. Cool. Draw. Okay. Thank you.
I present a bank account full of money. Clearly, round, big numbers are no object.
All right. Defense.
We needed that money because my client is in the habit of renting cars. He clearly just prefers to rent a car because that way he doesn't have to worry about whatever he does to it. It's not his.
Prosecution.
Fool! Those shades on Mr. Tor's face are clearly broken glasses. Therefore, no one would rent him a car, as he would never be insured without corrective lenses.
All right. Now, they really need to have like a stenographer. They really need a
They do.
I think
stenographer for this.
Yeah, there should be.
I am going to call to the stand a witness. The doctor, which prescribed those glasses, meaning that he did not actually need them.
We have breaking news.
There is no rental car.
rental car company. All right. All right. So, Nightkind, you're playing the role of a doctor. You are
I
a
am.
witness for the defense.
Newsflash.
You don't have to do anything. You just have to vocally interact with Caden.
Yes.
So,
Doctor,
I'm
are
a
you the one who
doctor.
examined this man for glasses?
No, I did not because he did not make an appointment.
I see. But these glasses came from your office. How can that be?
Because I was on lunch break, and maybe the doctor who filled in for me at the lunch break, maybe he filled that prescription.
There is no other doctor listed at your practice. That seems
It was
odd.
an-
Are you often in the habit of letting doctors wander in?
He was an imposter.
I see. The defense rests.
Okay. You're free to go. All right. So let's see here. What do we got here? Right. So we had the glasses. Does the defense have any other evidence? I guess not by the fact that you rang the bell.
No, we just needed to call that witness that turn.
Okay. Prosecution? Anything further?
The perfect opportunity presented itself, and glasses were no longer an option. Without the light of the sun under an endless eclipse, any royal boob could be disappeared. Doesn't matter if you took it to OnlyFans or Fansly.
I'm going to mark that down as perfect cover of darkness. All right?
Oh my gods, compared to the defense lawyer I was seeing the other day, we are all doing magnificently.
You can ring the bell when you're done with when you've completed your current thing. All right.
Just like
Fair.
chess, but with boobs.
Kind of, yeah.
That
The
didn't
defense
send.
presents that there was no eclipse on the day that my client is accused of vanishing this royal boob. But in fact, you were spending an eternity in the loo when there was a power outage.
Breaking
Too many
news.
perverts.
Too many perverts for OnlyFans.
I'm probably
That
way too
number
old.
does not exist. There aren't enough.
I'm too slow for breaking news.
Oh no, that's fine. You're doing fine. Okay, so let's see here. So that was all right. So prosecution has no more evidence that they can bring. So closing arguments. We'll let the prosecution go first.
That takes the place of my
That's you.
soundboard. Me?
You're the
I mean-
prosecutor.
Closing argument.
Damn it.
If the situation fits, you must not acquit.
That's
Mr.
close.
Tor is used to working with the forces of darkness, and thus the cover of darkness was a natural methodology to use. He is used to dealing with specters and sweepers. He had the technology of the earbud, and clearly, money is no object in gaining everything needed to pull off this case. With his Master's 11. And there we go.
All right.
I'm really gonna have to get used to that bell.
Defense.
Your Honor, this is clearly a frame job. A, my client was not working in the cover of darkness. We have already proven that the prosecution was eternity in the bathroom while there was, in fact, a solar eclipse. Except, no, it was just a power outage. Secondly, as far as these broken glasses, the single earbud, and the Spectre Sweeper go, I would like you to look at my client's face very clearly. It's a skull, Your Honor. Where is he going to put glasses or an earbud? And the Spectre Sweeper, again, there was a shriek. We needed to know what it was. As for the forces of darkness, he's used to working with morons. He can't make boobs disappear. That's job security for him. Why would he ever want to vanish one? This is a frame job. My client is innocent.
Aha. Think we might have one more piece of breaking news.
Did I send it? Oh my god.
All right, yep. Breaking news. Face is too ugly.
He does have permission to love himself.
Okay, so I guess the number one question that we have here before us right now that I would like to ask either both of the councils, has anybody seen the royal boob lately?
Which royal boob are we even speaking of?
Left or
Come on, Prosecution.
It's the one who looks like a pale imitation of the muscle-bound moron.
She-Ra. Your Honor, my client doesn't even have interactions with She-Ra. Why would he want to vanish her?
No, I meant Prince Adam. He literally looks like a pale version of He-Man. Hence the pale imitation. It was going to be that or Fakor, who is an imitation but not a pale one. He's a blue one.
Again, my client knows Prince Adam's secret identity, and this is his entire job. He would be getting rid of his livelihood if he made Adam disappear.
Guilty. Nope, we can't let that we can't let that information slip, sorry.
a yogurt cup.
Today, Skeletor did not have permission to be fabulous.
Wait,
I mean, to be fair, we all knew he was going to find him guilty anyways. Skeletor's used to it.
Again.
It's like, even when I'm innocent, I'm guilty.
All right.
I'm going to try being a bailiff. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'll be a judge again.
Well, why don't we give Nightkind a chance to
You
be?
want to go up against each other? Do you want to be prosecution or defense?
Well, I was gonna say
Defense.
I was gonna say give Nightkind a chance to be the judge, but
That's what I'm saying. But which counsel do you want to be, and I'll be the other.
you did defense last time. I'll do prosecution.
Okay.
Okay, I'm the judge.
All right.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, so this.
I don't know what the
Oh,
bailiff does.
I don't either.
What's the other in their charges? So.
Oh, only the bailiff can pet the dog?
Yes, only the bailiff can pet the dog.
Aw.
In fairness, I have Olive right here, so let's pretend that she is the dog.
Don't look at me, buddy. I'm clueless. I don't know what you did. Or didn't do. Didn't do. Right, got it.
Where's my little gavel?
The green thing is your gavel.
I'm not. It's not allowing me to pick it up.
That's because I have... Oh, you have to wait till it glows white.
Yeah, it's not glowing. Okay.
This is
Defense.
going to be fun.
I know a guilty face when I see one.
Wait. Rasclin is accused of disturbance of the peace, misuse of FCC regulatory certifications. Okay, so the
This
little...
might be an open and shut case.
So the little downward arrow in the center of your screen, if you hover that over the gavel, you should and left click on it, you should be able to pick it up.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So now you gavel on the red to hear from the prosecution and blue to hear from defense. I think we want to start with prosecution.
I've been stunned.
You've been handcuffed. You
Oh, the
can't
bailiff
do
got me.
anything.
True. I have an indecency waiver, and handcuffs came to mind.
Who? Okay.
This is a very
Sorry.
worried face.
I still love that because of that particular screenshot, he has 3 hands.
True.
Prosecution, did you say your case?
No, because you just gave me the permission to.
Get on it. We don't have all minute.
Okay, for my first piece of evidence, I would like to present a cut cable from the radio booth that our defendant works in, clearly cut by one of his superiors after misusing that indecency waiver. And prosecution rests.
Here, let's go. Oops. Defendant.
All right. In response to that, I have a pair of rusty scissors. The only scissors in the entire broadcast, in the entire station, clearly incapable of cutting any kind of cables. If the cables were indeed cut, they must have been cut by somebody outside of the organization, and therefore was not in response to anything that my client did.
And now,
I am a
You can't do anything while you're
chicken.
a bird. Congrats, you just screwed yourself over, Rask.
by being the bailiff,
He can undo it, I think.
I
Yeah,
can't.
until you undo it, he can't present evidence or talk.
Well, I can talk because we're not going through the game.
Yeah, I know, I'm saying in game terms.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just here to screw over DJ Rasclin. I'm just an unknown bailiff named Rasclin. No relation.
There's no DJ in that defendant title.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Extra fries.
With ketchup?
Ketchup is abomination. And why doesn't this wand work on you?
Because you can't stun the judge.
It's not letting me throw shit.
You really can't.
Haha.
All right, so the draft goes that way, so we need to aim here, and boom.
We're on prosecution?
We're not on anybody right now.
yet. You
Get
have
with
to
it, prosecution. What, I have to do the little button?
Yeah, it's not my turn.
Have to bang the red thing.
You have to gang
Dang
the
it.
babble.
Never. Well, my gavel is not lighted. Yeah, the gavel isn't lighting up for me.
That's weird.
And I'm doing both. I'm doing both mouse clicks. Who's throwing shit?
Me.
Nobody.
Everybody.
Hey.
There's no difference.
Okay, I am not getting anything over here. Clicky,
That
click.
is weird.
Try aiming down a little more.
Yeah, I'm on the handle. I'm on the hammer part and nothing. I'm over on the little button for blue button, red button. Nothing.
Is the gavel even
I-
lighting up for you?
No, it's not. And I know that it's a me thing, so
Did you? Well, no, you didn't somehow tab out of the game because your mouse is moving, so
Right.
yeah.
That's strange.
Well, yeah, and I'm clicking like over Olav, I'm clicking over Rasclin, I'm clicking, well, not clicking because nobody's lighting up. So Guys would stop throwing paper at me, everything would be fine.
Wait, you might have something else selected, like to throw or something, and therefore you need to right-click, cancel out of that, and then use your gavel.
But nothing, wait, okay, well, I can't, my mouse. Oh, for the love of the gods.
Side note, this game needs beach balls to throw at each other, just because.
I can't even get my mouse to the little, scroll to choose a feature. Okay, there it is. I'm scrolling. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Seriously, guys. Wait. I give up.
Left click. Left click. Right click.
I did.
right click cancels everything.
Okay. Well, now I have to scroll. Scrolling.
Oh, are you on a laptop using the?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Using my-
touchpad for the laptop. Oh, yeah, that would be.
No, I'm
I
on a
haven't
mouse.
used my touchpad yet. I haven't used my wireless mouse.
I'm on a mouse.
Hmm.
And it's supposed to say scroll for a feature, and I'm scrolling, and
No, you need to pick up the gavel.
I'm trying, but it's not lighted. It's not lit.
Wait. So does it say scroll when you have when you're hovering over the buttons?
Nope. Okay, again, what am I doing wrong?
Okay. Aim at the gavel
Aiming.
and
Scrolling.
left click.
Nope. No right click, no left
Oh wait,
click.
scroll without selecting anything should be calling a witness, but we don't have any witnesses called.
No, you need the gavel in your hand in order to do that.
Yeah, so I don't know what it's telling her to scroll for.
And it just did, and now I'm still scrolling, and
You shouldn't need to scroll for anything.
oops.
That's what I'm saying. Without anything in her hand, it shouldn't give her a scroll message.
What does it say along the bottom of your screen? Is it?
In SOC, we trust.
No, I mean,
That's what-
is there like a little black box?
No.
Okay.
There's the and see, I can't even scroll over that. There's the scale of justice, but I can't scroll over that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you should be you need to just aim at the gavel, and it shouldn't say anything about scrolling. I don't think.
In the throat. Damn.
Nothing. I'm scrolling.
You.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only help. See, I wish I could scroll over to the little justice signs. Why can't I? Stella.
Why is everything suddenly going to the left?
Stella.
Because you're using a paper airplane, you have to worry about aerodynamics and.
I know, but it went straight the first time.
Climate change is always in the courtroom.
Well,
Wow, yeah, that is hooking like mad. And then, yeah, like, are you just like. It's
Hold on, I'm
almost
gonna
like
like
you
aim
have
straight at you. Like, yeah, straight at you. And it like hits your left arm.
I see scissors. That clown. Making moves.
And that one goes straight to the right.
Oh, I found that.
Okay, let's back out, and I want to try the judge.
It just lit up for me too.
Oh, it did?
Okay, I'm scrolling. It tells me to scroll. Okay, so I'm scrolling, and the minute I get to the gavel, it doesn't let me do it.
I'm not even sure why it's telling you to scroll.
That's what I'm saying. There shouldn't be any scroll commands. So, like, if you right click, it should come out of that.
There you go.
Right, now you've got your gavel.
It was a glitch. Okay. So,
I think there might be a piece of paper there that's like might have been interfering with it. Okay, so you want to left click on the red, give prosecution.
Okay. Our next piece of evidence is a little black notebook detailing all of his plans and everything he had planned to play, none of which he did.
All right.
That's it. I'm done. I had everything like planned out in my head, and yeah.
all right, the judge needs to go find some light. BRB.
Which means
I like that my evidence is a sad clown. Or my
hey,
witness
just
is a
for
sad
everyone.
clown.
It's really just like my radio show, so no wonder Rasclin is on trial.
Stop helping the prosecution.
I'm hurting the FCC.
Why do you guys put up with me? Seriously.
Have you seen the shit that we do to each other?
Like everybody else is in handcuffs right now.
Yeah. What's going on?
I'm
Your
really
bailiff
kinky.
is out of control.
No, the bailiff is in control. That's the problem.
So, Judge, can you do me a favor and take that gavel and just hit the hold your left mouse button for about 10 seconds and then hit the bailiff with it?
The scroll thing. Why are you making me scroll? I'm working on it because it's giving me that scroll thing again.
Did we hit each other's papers?
Right click again. Yeah, you can do that. You can deflect people's papers.
All right, let's try. Okay, say when. 1, 2, go. Damn it.
You're trying to hit it with a paper airplane? That's not going to work.
Wait,
But it
might.
should.
Try that again. Try that again.
No, because the paper
Okay,
airplane
The
is like...
airplane to the left.
1, 2, 3.
Damn it.
It's the paper airplane
Okay, did it go
is
low
affected
or
by
something?
the air. Yeah, it went down.
Yeah, that and you launched after 3. I launched on 3.
How
Okay.
am I supposed to smack the bailiff?
Right.
In the
Okay,
most
so
sexy
you
way
got your gavel
possible
in your
on
hand?
television.
What's
Left
that?
click and hold it.
Yeah, and then
And now
you
release.
hover over. Yep, there you go.
And now he is stunned. It
Okay.
only lasts for like 5 seconds. I think we're ready for...
Defense?
Yeah.
You need to keep petting that dog because there's an achievement for petting him 240 times.
The fuck? Well, no, I just gotta do it.
Yeah, you need to bang on the blue.
Bang on the blue, the new aquatic bound porno.
Okay, so in response to the little black notebook, we have a scribbled post-it note saying that not to touch this, not to open this book under any circumstances. So Rasclin here obviously obeyed the scribbled note from his boss, telling him to ignore the little black book.
Can't talk. Petting dog.
Good.
Also petting Olive. My left hand
Here,
is
we
petting
have
fake
a
dog,
used
my
tea
right hand
bag.
is petting a real one.
After this last indiscretion or indecency, he complained of having lost his voice. This is the teabag that he used. So clearly, we have a timeline.
Okay.
Look, it's giving me shit evidence again, okay? I'm like having to really stretch here. It's giving me a broken phone. The fuck you want me to do with that?
You couldn't call in.
All right. So
Caller
use,
either, not on the air.
used tea bag to try and... Well, the problem is that the used tea bag was from a mystery grab bag that is guaranteed for disappointment.
Like using that with Rasclin.
And the tea was, he was hoping it was going to help soothe his voice, but it was actually pepper tea and only wound up aggravating his sore throat, thereby keeping him out of the radio station because he couldn't work. Oh, right.
I'm just hitting these because I like the squeaky noise.
Yeah, sure. We have a broken phone. Somebody broke it while on the phone with Rasclin.
We have a broken phone, but we
By the
also
way,
have...
when you're done listening to us, if you like think this case is already done, hover between the two buttons and scroll, and it should change to your verdict buttons.
Okay. Do you just want to go fix your phone?
No, that was my evidence.
Oh. Holy shit, you guys.
No, that could be evidence.
You can call this case whenever you want, because like at this point, the only evidence I have left is a torn comic book, love letter, power outage, size 47 sock that smells like cheese, a sports medal, and a blurry photo.
Okay, one more. Power outage.
Well, you gotta listen to the defense first.
Defense, get on it.
Well, hit
You
the
have
blue
to hit
button.
the blue button.
Oh, God. I just can't.
There we go. Okay.
Squeak on.
So yes, we have a broken phone that was broken while talking to Rasclin, but we have an unknown SIM card. We don't know who was using that phone. It could have been anybody.
But what does that have to do with Rasclin breaking the FCC regulations?
What does the phone have to do with him breaking the FCC regulations?
It was a caller that was down.
But we don't know who the caller was. We don't know who any of that was because it was an unknown SIM card. So it could have been anybody.
Look, all I know is I was handcuffing everyone, and now you want them in collars. I can make this as
You got a
bad as I
verdict for
need
us yet, or
Okay. All right. You want to hit the prosecution for one last one, or?
I did.
prosecution ain't got shit? Oh, fine. Let's see if we can dig something up.
I mean, you could. I mean, technically, the prosecution could rest.
A size 47 sock that smells like cheese used on the air for a prop for a lewd radio show. I rest. Don't call me again, or I will find a way to gavel you.
I just want to see how long you guys can do this. I'm the judge.
I don't know how long I've been petting this dog, but I've been petting him nonstop for a while.
You should have gotten at least one achievement by now.
Maybe I did, but I don't see it.
Okay, I'll see your size 47 sock, and I'll raise you boxing gloves that have never been used. The two are equally important because it's radio. You're not going to use them. You're not going to have a visual prop on the radio. They make no noise.
Damn it, if only someone, one, had a piece of evidence you have to play, and two, it was security camera.
Yeah, except that we said the FCC.
Defense
We didn't
rest.
say anything about the radio specifically.
Point.
That's Federal Communications, baby.
There was okay.
So now it's all up to you.
I said don't call me again.
No, I mean the judge. It's all up to the judge.
I'm just banging the desk, hitting the desk. Excuse me.
Hey, you can bang the desk if you want to. Nobody's going to judge you here.
No.
Except
Also
yourself.
because none of us are a judge except for you.
Okay, so we do. I don't want to stun them. I don't want to stun.
If you scroll your mouse wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It flipped.
Yep. Keep scrolling.
There it goes.
Scroll once, twice. There you go. Now you can pick guilty or not guilty. Guilty is towards the prosecution, not guilty is towards the defense.
I think I did that right. Yeah. He's not guilty.
The three-handed DJ has been exonerated.
And they threw a massive party so wild that no one remembered a thing the next day. Woke up with a new haircut and a llama in their living room with absolutely no explanation.
And you're trying to convince me that he didn't break any regulations.
Honestly, I can't believe he got a haircut.
Right? Okay. So now that we have the basics down, now we're going to go with the pirates cards.
Okay, well, I pressed the wrong button because...
Same code should get you back in.
Yes, dear.
I know exactly who I'm going to prosecute once they get here.
You're really wanting to prosecute gamers, aren't you?
I'm going to prosecute him for continuously being late.
Right? I'm still confused on the whole soon.
OP8. Oh.
He says soon, he ends up like 4 hours later.
Like, hey, we're getting ready to close. We're about to say goodnight. It's like, hey, I'm here.
Well, I can't see the keyboard, so I have to...
No, we're poking fun at gamers, not you.
I have cartilage piercings, so my ears are starting to hurt.
Aye.
Hey, so like now that we've got the basics down, do we want to open it up a little more?
Gamers, do you have you picked up Guilty as Sock?
Oh, I have to pick one. Picking.
I guess we don't even need a trial. It's just a straight guilty verdict.
All right, you want to go defense? I'll go prosecution. We need a judge.
Rasclin's the only one who hasn't been a judge.
No, have you bought it? Have you bought it, gamers?
You know what? I will try judge, just to do it.
Oh, he says no, he hasn't bought it, nor does he understand it.
Okay, understanding it is fairly easy.
I'm buying it as L on you.
All right, hang on a moment here. Hang on. All right, let me see here. Trying to remember if I have gamers on my friends list on Steam. Let me see if I do or not. I apparently do not. All right. All right. Oh, well, we've been talking about this all week, that it's on Steam and stuff. Come on.
Don't feel
And
bad,
you
gamer.
found him innocent of being cripplingly Canadian last night.
Hang on.
You want to talk about appeals court?
All right. Let me send him a message here saying, okay, there's my friend Cody. You should be able to add me as a friend.
I offended Knox.
All right. We can go ahead and start the game.
Prosecution, are you wearing your
Yeah,
hat tonight?
gamers, since you're listening in, you were found innocent of being Canadian by the fact that you hate Tim Hortons and the Prime Minister.
All right. Let's see here. I need to build up my...
Yes, Olive, you've decided the pillow is your bed. Looking at belly. Olive,
I'd hope this isn't how it actually works.
All right, there we go.
Gamers Grotto is accused of being a consistently late Canadian.
I think it's pretty much an open and shut case, but
There we go.
Gamers, you're in a room full of Americans. There will be no correct spellings in any language.
it's true.
Also, at least 3 of us have slight dyslexia, you ass.
Also, technically, I've misspelled Rasclin because it's supposed to have 2 N's at the end.
Okay, are we starting with defense? Or are we starting with prosecution?
I don't know, I'm petting the dog.
That's up to the judge.
TikTok, Judge.
I just wanted to do that.
All right. So let's see here.
You're lucky these don't work on you.
They do not work on it.
Oh, God damn it. I can't do anything now. Fucking dick. Judge, the bailiff is very clearly interrupting the court proceedings.
I know. I just interrupted the bailiff. Then the bailiff interrupted you. It's only going to get worse.
Get control of your bailiff, please.
Try it. Wait till you see what I do to her.
I think that knocks you out of cuffs. I don't know. We'll find out.
It
Yes.
does.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Okay,
Ha,
good.
interesting.
All right, you want to make it my turn again?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, first we have to establish his nationality, and he has a Tim Hortons loyalty card. Very clearly Canadian, and as we all know, Canadians have no sense of time.
Very good. Defense. You're a butthole.
I'm a butthole?
No.
I hope so. I've got a very specific set of kinks.
What did you say? I'm a butthole? Ooh, here we go. Where are you? There. Let me see your face.
You're currently a chicken.
Which makes me very important because eggs are still very expensive. So,
Would the chicken for the defense present the defense of America as opposed to the defense of Mexico?
so the Canadian is always late, gamer, because he is still trying to get through the border to the USA so he can have hot chocolate.
I kind of like the fact
Very good.
that he got chickens.
Prosecution.
Let me see here.
Wait, Rask, you and I have the chance to do something utterly funny.
To hit someone
We
with
can
the
do a
dog?
double stun.
So obviously he should have no trouble getting into the United States with the absurd number of hats that he quite clearly has. He
All
could
right, we'll
fool
talk
immigration
starting
a
after
little.
the hats.
What do you bonk me, will you? So with the absurd number of pets,
Of hats.
hats,
Yes.
Very
So he
good.
should have
You.
no problem getting into the United States.
that's you, prosecutor. Okay. Absurd number. Ooh, there we go. Small pouch.
He has a small pouch.
What the hell is he doing with my pouch?
I don't know. If you keep giving people pouches, I will assume they are Australian, for they are marsupial.
Try it again. I dare you. Try it again.
Also,
Oh, you just wait till I'm bailiff, motherfucker.
I'll do the whole game as a chicken. Try it.
You won't be able to present any evidence.
Okay. When do I present good evidence in the first place?
So it's a net positive.
All right, so I'm still wanting to hear what the small pouch has to do with it.
Because the small pouch is too small for an absurd amount of hats.
The absentee accused says that he has never worn a hat in his life.
All right.
You know, you really should have added failure to appear to that.
I'll add it next time. Let's see here. Okay, fine. He may not be able to carry hats, but what about his fursuit? Do you know how difficult it is to type in a room code in a fursuit? Quite clearly, that's why he's late, and that is absolutely no excuse because he could just take it off. It was his decision.
It's getting hot in here. So take off all
Unfortunately,
his
I can help
fursuit.
the defense, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Gonna keep petting the dog.
So he is trying to fit all of those fursuits, and he can't fit all of those fursuits. But he
Are you
does
suggesting he's a bad
find
furry?
who's a bad furry?
Are you suggesting he's a bad furry if all of his fursuits are the wrong size?
Well, yes, I am. But he does find
No.
We've got furry suits and handcuffs. This can only get worse.
brown chicken, brown cow. But he does find a suspicious note in the pouch under all of the suits of furries, Caden.
See, I heard suspicious note and thought it was the brown note.
Suspicious.
I actually don't have a suit. But like I said, I could have held your defense.
Ooh.
Prosecution!
All right. You say it was a suspicious note, but I have a note full of scribbles right here that in his own handwriting is very clearly that he wrote that suspicious note, trying to mislead us and make it seem like it wasn't his fault that he's late.
My God, this is like Cards Against Humanity, but with less derailment.
We were comparing it to Quiplash and what did we say? Quiplash and Fibbage last night?
Quiplash, Fibbage, and a little bit and like the talkie games.
Yeah, this is definitely blather around the game.
Okay. Come on there, popcorn. All right. I see your notebook full of scribbles.
The absentee defendant is requesting another attorney.
You can't change attorney in mid court unless you have.
If you wanted a different attorney, your ass should have shown up.
Oh, the defense is requesting to call their witness to the stand. The president.
Oh, shit. I have to play the president?
Which is apparently Powder Toast Man.
Oh. Can I even...
Wait, which president? Are we talking the U.S. president or the Canadian prime minister?
Yeah, like, are we talking the prime minister or the... Look, if you're going to make me do this, I have to know who I am.
Like I said, he looks like Powder Toast.
U.S. president.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
See, if you were on Mike Gamers, we could have you be the witness.
So you want me to be the U.S. president in defense
of a Canadian
furry? Of a Canadian furry.
Let's pretend he's a Korean dictator and it'll make sense for our current
Oh my God, no. Like, he's got 3 strikes. You know what? The witness refuses to appear.
Pussy.
Taco.
No, it's not that. It's that he's a bad defense witness. He would have been a better prosecution witness.
That is
He's a
true.
bad witness for whoever calls him. Do we want to switch to prosecution?
Yes.
Prosecution! You must now rebut the witness who did not show their butt.
All
Okay,
right.
hold on. Do you want a quick little snippet of what that would have been like? That would have been, this is a gay Canadian furry, and you want me to defend him? What is this court? This is a horrible court.
All right. I present the evidence of 42. All questions can be answered by this one piece of evidence.
Are you saying that the defendant has 42 fursuits?
No, I'm just saying my last piece of evidence answers all further questions for the prosecution. It's 42.
Well then. Defense.
Here we go. Ha. That's a maple leaf.
What does that have to do with the defense?
That does make him more Canadian now, unless
Because
you're trying
he's
for
a
the
Canadian.
Vermont-
He's a Canadian flag gamer. I'm so sorry.
Your defense of him being a chronically late Canadian is that he's a Canadian flag.
Because he has to carry the flag, and then he's sobbing for a cup of hot chocolate.
You have one more piece of evidence to give.
You guys are way too nice. Okay. Why? What?
Wait, I want to see if I can break out the... Hold on. I want to see if this works.
You could just tap her.
No, you would have said, oh, what the hell?
It works!
Hold on. Olaf, look up at her real quick. Oh, never mind. She was like really deformed on my screen for a while.
Okay, so
Actually,
I
look
am
normal.
defending Gamer, and he came across really late because he has a broken clock.
It's the first legitimate piece of evidence in this entire.
Defense rests. I think.
Yeah, this is your last piece of evidence.
Do we get closing arguments, or are you just gonna rule?
Oh,
Up to the judge.
All right, we're going to go with closing arguments. Prosecution.
All right. Well, we've already established that he is Canadian. We've established that he is that he was late. Potentially, he was late because he was trying to get into the U.S. Potentially, he was late because he has a broken clock. Either way, we're not asking why he's chronically late. We're just the accusation is that he is just being consistently late, a consistently late Canadian.
The bailiff
Even
has
the defense-
absentee arguments.
Even the defense states that he is Canadian and late. Therefore, I mean, it's an open and shut case.
Very good. Defense. Your closing argument.
I think I did it wrong.
Oh no, it's not laying down more evidence. It's connecting all of the evidence together to form an argument.
Okay.
Your Honor, the absentee defense has comments that he wishes to share with you.
This is the one I want.
No, you're not
I
putting
see.
down a new card.
Yeah,
You're
you've already
looking
got
at
all
the
your
cards
cards. You
that are
just need
already
to
played
tell us
and-
why the defense is
Yeah, it's
This is
looking
your
at all of
chance
the.
to convince him.
Well, it would have helped if you told me sooner, because okay, so there was no video footage of I got nothing, Your Honor. Defense rests. How do you guys do that?
Oh, you press E on your keyboard, hold E down, and you'll see a wheel of emojis.
I will.
Yep.
The defendant has his own comments.
Um,
I don't know why he's texting me instead of his defense lawyer, but you know, he has them.
so, you know what? My client made it through the border, and you have nothing to say about it because he's drinking hot chocolate, and Canadians have really good hot chocolate, so he came across to the US to drink hot chocolate. So
You're saying the Canadian wanted to get rid of the good hot chocolate and drink the American stuff?
he has to try everything, okay? Come on.
Okay.
Okay, you guys should not have shown me this.
Also, how the hell do I prick aside?
Okay, you scroll your mouse wheel when you're with your gavel up.
Oh, okay.
Scroll.
I see.
There you go.
Wait. Don't you want to hear Gamer's own words?
I mean, in the chat he's saying, yeah, no, I'm good.
All right. I find the defendant. But
Ow.
You find the prosecution stunned.
You have to hit one of the buttons on your desk.
oh,
They're kind of self-explanatory.
I see. I find you guilty as being a Canadian suck.
Yeah,
And
no,
as
that was
Canadian
his comments
flag.
in chat. He was like, it was my oven's fault that I was late. And He also didn't like his attorney.
I don't blame you, gamer. I
He's
don't.
like, was that your closing argument? I did it wrong.
Yeah. Done. I'm done. Lunchtime.
Okay, I think it is Nightkind's turn to be bailiff.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit rando. Oh, of course it gives me judge.
I'm going to be a witness.
Well, you have to be either prosecutor or defense. Those three have to be filled.
No, apparently he'll let us. Oh, I would see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go defense. Hold on. There we go.
All right. I have to come up with somebody to charge. Let me see
Oh,
here.
gee, like you don't know.
I don't know.
There's only 4 of us. What are you gonna do? Charge yourself?
I was thinking about it. All right. Let's see here.
Hey, that's not fair. I'm trying to drink water.
No advanced preparation.
I'm gonna pet the doggy.
There we go.
Remember, pet the doggy 240 times.
Defendant Nightkind, you were accused of always apologizing when you don't need to.
Why me?
Damn it, you beat me to it.
All right. Let's see what we
I had a
here.
picture of Nightkind all ready to go, too.
Pet the doggy.
Okay, so prosecution, your opening arguments.
All right. My first piece of evidence is going to be a snuggly blanket. Quite clearly, anytime somebody has a snuggly blanket like that, they don't need to apologize for anything. They're just trying to be comfortable.
Defense, what say you?
Let's see here. The semi-working microphone proves beyond a doubt that the recordings of any apologies are not clear enough to be discerned as apologies.
I forgot I put that one in there. Because if you look at it, it says semi-working microphone, just don't set your video rate too high.
Yeah, I was like, why does the video rate have to do with the microphone?
Because that's
We
the
are
reason
on
why she
Discord.
couldn't be heard most of the time before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually pretty solid, damn.
Also, gamers, bold of you to assume I got out of any school.
Let's see here. All right, fine. We'll next piece of evidence is the USS Belland. Very clearly, anybody who is part of our crew doesn't need to apologize for anything, as horrible as all of us are.
Defense? Wait, what do you mean don't have to apologize? You're the prosecution.
Yes, and she's accused of always apologizing when she doesn't need to. I know what I'm doing.
My video footage shows the defendant clearly accidentally tripping people repeatedly. Therefore, many apologies were required. Many apologies. I'm still getting a count of them.
Oh, you want to play it that way, huh? All right. All right.
Prosecution?
I present to you
I don't know what that one was.
chaps and thong. Bask in the glory of the ass. Anybody who is going to wear that out in public quite clearly has no idea of whether or not somebody should or should not need to apologize. Therefore, the defense very clearly has no idea what he's talking about.
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree.
I play the first suit because clearly we don't understand what's more offensive, the bare ass or the bear ass.
Wait, is she a bear? Does she even...
I just know that the bear's ass is bare.
Yeah, but you can't present evidence unless you know it's accurate.
I'm sorry, but we were charged not with making accurate statements.
You're right. I hate to say it, but he's right. Let's see here. All right, I present the entire Seinfeld series on DVD. Because if there's one thing that Seinfeld has taught us, it's never apologize, never learn.
Defense.
I told you I would get a count of the number of people tripped, and I deliver 42.
Prosecution, your last piece of evidence.
Let's see here. The last piece of evidence. It's gardening tools. Anybody who does that much gardening doesn't have to apologize for anything because they're trying to help feed their community.
Can't throw a
Defense.
paper airplane.
I call the coworker.
How do you throw a paper airplane?
Oh, you pick up a piece of paper and scroll.
Wait, how do I actually do the witness thing?
Oh, you scroll your gavel
Yeah,
and then bang on the blue.
Fucker.
got it.
Okay, so who's going to play the role of the coworker? Wait, wouldn't the coworker just bark?
Yeah. Olive should play the coworker.
Olive, do you want to play a coworker?
It's letting me scroll, but I can't make a paper airplane.
There you go.
There it
Now click.
Biff. Wait. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I think the witness may be interfering a bit.
Possibly.
Well, then we get rid of the witness.
No, what? Well, I was going to ask the witness a question, but so it goes. The witness cut and ran, something I was not expecting. And nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. The people have been surprised. Surprise and getting rid of my best star witnesses. The defense rests.
No, you know what? I give prosecution closing arguments.
Closing arguments. Okay. We have provided that she has a snuggly blanket, so she's comfortable. She's part of the crew of the USS Bellend. The defense attorney has worn chaps and a thong out into public, therefore has no idea of what should and should not require an apology. We have shown that, much like the Seinfeld series, we do not need to apologize for anything, and she helps feed herself and the community, therefore she has nothing to apologize for. Prosecution rests.
Defense.
Very good. Please, at the court, we have video footage of repeated offenses. What are the offenses? We just know there are 42 of them. They may or may not involve a fursuit of a Spanish Inquisition officer, which gives an entire new meaning to give the rack a turn. In short, do not prosecute my client. Remember, yes, she may have had a homosexual experience, but she didn't inhale, and I don't know where I'm going with except possibly the Clinton years.
Considering that we're actually prosecuting someone who's here, can we give her a closing statement?
I suppose we could. I was gonna ask if she wanted to play the role of the witness.
Well, okay, bailiff, even though you're somehow also the defendant, do you have anything to say on the defendant's behalf?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Nope, guilty. You apologize in order to just against apologizing.
Oh man.
Like I said, the messed up thing is that we prosecuted her for apologizing when she doesn't need to.
Oh, shit, sorry, I did not mean to go to menu.
And that's what I mean, is the whole point is that she didn't need to apologize in her closing statement, and then she did. Guilty.
How do I change my avatar?
Your sock?
No,
okay.
The
my
hanger
little-
on the main menu.
the little guy.
Oh, your defendant? That depends on what pictures we have that we can upload.
Well, you know what? I think I have them. Right, host custom. Export, import. See, here I am just trying to be a difficult PETA. So, okay. Yep, there we go. Steam.
Okay, while you guys are fixing that, I am going to run up and get something to drink and probably go to the bathroom as well. So I'll be right back.
Don't leave me alone.
Now
Did
I am
it again.
accesorizing.
No. Yep. See, I should not have done that. I just should not. Steam. Play.
All right, I'd like to be prosecution next round, if for no other than that I have a horrible,
Ouch.
horrible idea.
Well, then get back into the room and get prosecution.
Very good. Once I get some food.
Oh my god.
And Olive
Dude, this is why I just keep snacks around my computer. I'm sitting here eating Oreos this entire time.
I might have to go grab some grams.
This isn't even my channel. I shouldn't be alone on the air.
Wait. O P H.
All right, and I'm back.
B.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, come on! You should be used to hanging out and
To
streaming by
nobody.
yourself. Yeah.
I'm absolutely used to that, and I hate it.
Okay, I think I need some grams. Hang on.
I thought Rask was doing his accessorizing with his sock, but
He was, and then he decided that he wants to be prosecution next round, and then he decided he needed food.
okay. Maybe I'll try bailiff this time. I don't know.
I don't know how many times I pet that dog, but I apparently didn't get... I want to check it. Did I get the achievement and it just didn't pop because we're in game?
Possibly.
Grams acquired.
So I somehow managed to get the achievement Deadly Bluff. Oh no, never mind. That's locked achievements. So I haven't earned any achievements?
I guess I don't think we've. Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to pet the dog 50 times.
Deadly bluff? What is that? As prosecutor, win a guilty verdict without presenting any evidence. Okay, so basically it would be without presenting any cards. You have to win a case.
Yeah. It was for a moment it lit up, so I was like, how did I win that? Because I've never won a guilty verdict without presenting evidence.
I have no idea where you guys are seeing this. Of
It's
course.
the Steam achievements. Every emote achievement is 250 times. There's an achievement for as a juror, change your mind 50 times in a single trial.
All right, let's see here. What? Yeah.
The olive heralds my return. Sorry, I knocked this out of court. Should I go ahead and host?
You didn't knock us out of
No,
court.
you
You're just
didn't.
not in the room.
Yeah,
Oh.
my courtroom's
Just
still
use the room
open.
code.
Oh, okay.
Which actually anybody with the game could could join.
I asked you if you wanted to open up the game. I was going to give the room code out.
Well, it's right there on screen. So, you know, if anybody watching wants to, like, hop in and be, like, a journalist and just type up newspaper articles, they could.
Okay, so you wanted to be bailiff this time?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be judge again.
All right. Okay, so there we go.
What the hell is that prosecutor wearing?
A gimp suit?
Apparently.
You all knew what you were getting into.
Apparently not. There's an achievement for that.
And this is the horrible thing I decided to do.
Accused of double jeopardy.
Is that your evidence?
Very good. Much like the Spanish Inquisition, no one was expecting me to bring forth a case this cheesy.
Defense?
I can't hear anything. Okay. I was trying to figure out. I'm like, is she there? Oh, she's looking over cards.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I got a fursuit, but I don't hear any.
Yeah, 19 check Mike.
Leave the dog alone.
Check.
There we
Okay,
go.
There we go.
Oh, I am defending Tamask because she. What is that? Was
have
in
no
a
idea.
first. Something beeped. Was wearing a first suit at that time.
That she committed the double jeopardy?
Double jeopardy.
Yes. Which technically I should just throw out as a wrong case in the first place, because you can't be tried for double jeopardy. As the prosecution should know.
We are not a functional court, though.
It means he's trying you for the same thing. So what does the fursuit have to do with the defendant apologizing when she doesn't need to? Yes,
What?
defense.
I'm just
still your
petting my
thing.
dog.
I looked over and that's all you're doing is just petting the dog. Okay.
We're trying to
so-
get the achievement. We have to pet him 250 times.
So, okay, what is she being accused of again? Because I
Double
looked
jeopardy.
over.
She's under double jeopardy, meaning that we are retrialing and reaccusing her of apologizing when she doesn't need to.
So technically, you're trying to prove that you are apologizing with reason.
Or
And
that you're trying for the daily
as your
double.
first piece of evidence.
What was that, Rasclin?
Or that you're trying for the daily double.
Okay, I'm just going to go that I'm defending Tanis for apologizing too. Well, not kind for apologizing too much.
That was a horrible pun.
And a jar of tears.
She has a jar of tears, and she's really sad to have them, so she has to constantly be sad and sorry because she has to keep those jar of tears full.
However, we all know that the tears are secretly part of your earlier gardening endeavors. Thus bringing us back to the previous case.
You want to elaborate on that?
I.e., we use the same piece of evidence again because we're using the same
Yes.
trial.
Please enlighten us on how you use a jar of tears as a gardening tool.
Because it's to water the plants.
I'll take it. Defense.
Same cards. Well, since she only has 42 jars of tears, she has to explain why she doesn't have 43 jars of tears, and she's sorry that I'm doing it all backwards again.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're prosecuting yourself again.
Well, she doesn't have to have 42 jars of tears.
Okay, sure.
She already filled one up. I have no clue.
Clearly, I will use the defense's own case against her.
At least you've got the defense.
Oh, and he's skipping his turn. He's not even going to elaborate. So defense.
I am that arrogant.
Okay, so well, she has a snuggly blankie, and she's just going to wrap herself up and her jars of tears, and that way she doesn't have to say she's sorry because she has a snuggly blankie. Am I doing it right?
Okay. I was not expecting that, but I call witness, boss.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't it true that that the defense's client apologizes too much on the job?
Well, you're just gonna ask me that directly? All right. Well, yeah. She apologizes all the time. She doesn't ever really do anything wrong. I mean, sure, sometimes her mic messes up a bit, but that's not her fault.
Oh, we all know that's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking the numerous times she has accidentally thought she tripped over one of her many bosses, because we all know here on the internet you are secretly a dog. Or not so secretly. It's kind of weird like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Nightkind's clients are technically all dogs and their parents,
Well, yeah, but I'm her boss.
which would make her the pair.
Wait, she's self-employed. You've called herself to the stand.
Bailiff, you're not my supervisor.
Nightception.
Though, to be fair, if you look at it, if you look at it a certain way, I mean, technically she is, I am her boss because, well, I kind of run the podcast.
I was about to say, like, if you had gone that route, sure, but if he's insisting on the dog business, that means that Nightkind is now
Yeah.
defendant,
Wake
defense attorney, and witness.
I went there.
Okay. Apparently, maiden mother crone. Do you have anything to ask yourself about yourself?
On why I'm still tripping over dogs. So the reason I keep tripping over dogs is because they're super loud and they're really obnoxious and they sleep under my feet. So I have to say I'm sorry because I'm constantly tripping over dogs. No?
I'm going with it, but did you ask the witness anything?
Well, technically, if she's on the witness stand, she doesn't necessarily have to ask herself anything. I don't think.
Yeah, but she asked the defendant that question.
But she.
Okay, well, the reason I say I'm... Oh, no! All right, the defense has to go get dogs.
We'll wait until dogs are got.
There's an achievement for it. I'm gonna get the damn thing.
Pretty much, Knox. Yeah, she's representing herself at her own trial, and she's chosen and she's on the witness stand. So cross-examination is weird. Yeah, I have clearly petted this dog more than 50 times.
Okay.
Unless they're saying, unless it's like once every case.
I don't know. Well, it doesn't say across all cases.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't say in one trial.
Yeah.
Why is my desk shaking like that?
Because
I'm
the
banging the
judge is
gavel.
going haywire with the gavel.
Oh.
Stop it.
Challenge me, will you?
is it defense turn?
Actually, we were waiting on the defense to get back so that we could hear the prosecution's next piece of evidence.
Okay, prosecution.
Very good. I call expert the bailiff's dog. Indeed. Tell us more.
I mean, that's technically a piece of evidence.
Yeah, that's not a witness.
I know, but run with it. It's just hilarious.
You know what? Defense response.
The doggy can't talk, so how is he going to say whether or not that Nikine was actually tripping over dogs? He is a dog. He has to be he has to be biased, and he is unbiased. So he can't say whether or not he's been tripped over. So,
Well, why don't you present your next piece of evidence? Which is going to be your last piece of evidence, actually.
because I don't know what I'm talking about. Come on, you guys.
I thought it was clear that every dog had their day.
You deserve that one.
I really did.
Okay, so apparently,
No.
apparently, the judge's hammer is a penis.
Wait, so does that mean when you were judge, you were wielding a penis?
When
Does
I
that mean
was
she was using yours as the gavel?
Okay, this just got even weirder, and I approve.
Wait, did anybody else here watch Real Genius?
Yes.
I love that movie. Love it, love it.
So,
Oh, wow, it's been a
the next
while.
time I do this, think of the line. Can you hammer a 6-inch nail through a piece of wood with your penis?
Well,
Now, see, I would have
what
figured that piece of evidence, though, tells me that not a whole lot of people remember Dr. Horrible's sing-along.
I refused to watch it because I was a Dr. Steele fan at that point. But anyways, prosecution.
Very good. Or
just
very
don't
bad.
appreciate
I
it.
am the prosecution after all. And I call upon... I really need a drum at this point for drum rolls. You may have the judge's hammer, but I have wrapped that hammer up in Tom Baker's scarf. What hammer?
What does this have to do with her apologizing too much?
Hey,
It's
it's your
double
court.
jeopardy. It was never going to make sense. Unless it was a daily double and we put the case in the form of a question.
You know what? I'm calling the defense's witness.
Ugh.
Get a coworker.
Okay, so coup.
I don't know if the judge can call a witness.
Well, I just did.
So who's going to be
Oh.
asking her asking the coworker questions?
They're both going to ask the coworker questions.
We tried this before.
It's currently the defense's turn.
Does anybody have a question for her for the defense's coworker?
And this is where I draw a card or just make up stuff.
You
You
just
just
make up stuff.
Okay. So, coworker, because I am constantly tripping over dogs, have you ever heard me say, I'm sorry?
I've heard you say sorry. Yes.
Holy shit, who can talk?
But I would have to say that if you are tripping over dogs, then that's a reason to apologize.
But I don't because
You
coworker.
Want, you
And a
want,
surprise
it's Prosecution's
twist.
turn. Do you have any questions for the dog?
In a surprise twist, I accuse the witness, the coworker, of being Rover, and thus sucking balls, as opposed to tripping them.
Nightkind,
Yes.
you're wanting to prove that you apologize with reason.
Because
Because it's a double jeopardy case. So the last case was you were accused of.
Except for the fact that, again, this is a double jeopardy case. And under our law, she cannot be charged for double jeopardy, so this entire case would be not guilty.
Versus boiled by the Constitution.
I'm glad she made it through that because damn.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, are we just? We're really going through all of that? Okay.
Apparently, because I'm sorry.
I just wanted to see how we would pull that out. I was like, double jeopardy, I should just give an innocent verdict directly, but okay.
All right. What do we want? Who's doing what? Okay, Rasclin is
I haven't been a
prosecuting.
journalist yet, but that's cool.
Do you want to try defending against Ras?
Actually, I should go defense, because I was just prosecutor.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you have someone you want to prosecute, prosecute.
Let me look through my files for a person to prosecute.
Of course, last night when we were testing this out over on Cadence channel, I grabbed a screenshot while we were bullshitting. Grabbed a screenshot, cropped out just Cadence face, and then put him up on trial.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I can multitask. I
You know what?
should.
Do we want to change courts?
I was just. I just did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was about to say the standard courtroom is nice, but it gets boring after a while.
I figured we'll go with the trial of the crown. I want to hold off on the green courtroom of doom.
Until we have someone who's worth it.
Like that one is just awful.
If we prosecute Elon, do we do it in the Galaxy Court?
Probably, yes. Actually, I wonder.
Ow, 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 ow.
All right.
Very good. Let's see here.
Stop it, you.
No, yes, no. Who do I got?
You can't
No.
stop me from throwing paper balls. You were late.
No. No. Aha!
We're just gonna be having fun with this. You were late again.
So we're really aiming at anybody who are trying to do a quick draw.
If.
I still love setting the Pinkerton face here.
Why is...
Very good.
Oh,
Mr. Longgram, being too, what was it? Being too pretty for a boy, even for the 1980s anime. All right, this should be interesting. Prosecution, present your case.
First, here is an anime collection. This is Legend of the Galactic Heroes, a 110 episodes went straight to OVA running from 1988 to 1997. Direct-to-video not seeing the light of television until well after the end of its run.
I never should have put that in there. I thought
No,
people
you
would use
shouldn't
it
have, and
against
it is
you.
amazing it came up, and quite frankly, I believe the photo proves my case already, but we'll keep going.
All right, fine. Defense?
I present to you a bloody knife that was obviously used within copious amounts of anime violence. However, I posit to you this was not used in order to commit violence, but rather because my client is in fact not a boy.
Oh. Okay. Prosecution?
Not a boy, he is in fact a vegan. And as you can tell by looking at the prosecution, that's all it takes to make you look as girly as possible.
I would argue that that being vegan hasn't changed you at all, but okay. Defense?
I present a hung jury because vegans have no rights, and thus he has to immediately be guilty.
I'm gonna have to strike that one. Prosecution. Put your book down.
Well, I'm just going to play.
The defense's case again.
Because let's face it, it fits. That one kind of proved my point. Even if it's no longer admissible.
see?
That's exactly why I did that. It's a gambit.
Gambit.
Okay. Fine. Defense? What do you say?
The debit card that was used to pay for this poor trans woman's surgery.
Wait, are you arguing that the okay? I was a
You
bit
cannot be
confused with the first piece because I'm like,
not a boy.
all right, prosecution.
Prosecution moves for almost every console ever made. This has been extremely easy to emulate, as shown by the game's Super Nintendo adaptation.
Uh-oh, we've got she is out of money.
Bitch.
I would argue that that means no transition was affordable.
Possibly.
Except that doesn't counteract my first piece of evidence.
All right, defense. Not quite sure. I'm not quite sure where prosecution is going with this.
I present the Spanish Inquisition, who supplied the bloody knife, of course pre-blood, because if the prosecution wishes to say that she could not afford the surgery, obviously she had to do it herself.
Risky gambit. Prosecution.
I present a green screen. That was no Spanish Inquisition. It was against red robes versus green robes, and our client is red-green color blind.
Your client?
I'm a little confused here.
I am too. That makes us all even.
Okay.
All right.
What client?
Defense.
Second of all, what does that have to do with the transition surgery?
I've lost track. Clearly.
42.
Just 42.
42.
All right. See I see our journalist there is typing away. No notes for you.
I guess it didn't even let me type the note.
There is no 42. Ooh, that might hurt. That might hurt a bit. Prosecution, closing arguments.
Please at the court. Let's face it, Reinhard von Lohengrin was clearly too pretty for Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It is time, in this modern era of anime, for him to be relegated to cheap, AI-inspired hentai porn videos. And that is his crime, is also his sentence.
All right, defense, what do you got to say?
I object. That is clearly a hate crime, as we have already established that Mrs. Lohengrin has transitioned and thus is not a boy. This is a microaggression against by the prosecution.
I am going to overrule that objection.
Well, too bad. That's my closing argument.
All right.
I wish to respond to the closing argument.
Okay.
Because I want to make this even worse. Do we have to hit me green again? I don't know. There we go.
I don't have to, but
Clearly,
I will.
that is not... Clearly, your client is not your client. Your client has swapped places with his sister Anna Rose von Lohengrin. Why? Because I know far too much about this particular anime.
Really? She looks like the same person to me.
Actually, that's kind of the catch of the character. You're going to see two beautiful, long-haired, blonde people who are both extremely pale.
Okay, and can you prove that that's her sister? Biased.
Biased, okay.
Okay, I am not pulling a Texas bathroom.
All right. I've heard enough. And part of the accusation, specifically for the 1980s, I'm going to have to find the defendant guilty. They may be trans now, but they were not in the 1980s. They were still too pretty in the 1980s. He's guilty. She's guilty.
They are guilty.
Uh,
Also, I had to leave off an H because this thing didn't have enough characters.
It was.
I just like the fact that I managed to get us all to suddenly respect pronouns.
We always
Normally, I
do
would
try and
use-
respect pronouns here.
No, I'm saying, like, I was totally expecting him to be like, no, I definitely did not transition. There's no proof. It was like, nope, we just go with that. We're
Yeah.
rolling.
We're just gonna we'll roll with it. But unfortunately, Ras did specifically say for the 1980s. So, yeah.
And now everyone at home is going to go watch this anime.
We hope.
All right. I
I
think
would try journalist.
It's midnight. Do you guys still want to play?
we can do one more. I think we can. Do
Okay.
one.
Have any of you
It's
guys
like almost
watched?
1 a.m. for me.
Oh my God, go to bed.
Why?
Has anybody watched the Angel Engine series?
Yes.
Oh,
It is a horrifyingly wonderful bit of Uncanny Valley revelation. Especially the most recent episodes. Mr. Ernstman.
You want to be
I love
prosecutor
that.
this time, Nightkind?
sure.
Wait, are you going to be prosecutor because you have a pick from Angel Engine?
Did I have a pick? Oh,
Right, like
No.
if you subscribe to Angel Engine on Instagram, he spams everyone constantly with stuff.
Oh, I did not subscribe to Angel Engine on Insta, so I do not have that.
Okay.
What is my picture? What is that?
But yes, Angel Engine, extremely creepy. And we love it for it.
Why does my picture keep changing? Okay, I'm prosecuting.
Okay. Need,
Ready?
yeah, there you go.
Well, I hope we don't have any dogs on the prosecution.
You're screwed, pal. Hey. Knock it off. What do
Fight
you
me.
get?
Oh my!
I think you might be going up the river here, pal.
Defense, present your argument.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me. Defense, present your argument.
All right. Let's see here. Your Honor, quite clearly, my client would never go making his socks sticky. Because he wears worn out brown Doc Martens. Nobody wants to wear those barefoot or with sticky socks.
Okay. Prosecution.
Okay, I'm looking. Okay. Well, I see that your defendant was too drunk and accidentally put his brown Birkenstocks on when he really wanted to wear his sticky socks.
Breaking news!
Indeed.
Semen-proof socks developed. Baldur's Gate fans rejoice. Defense.
Oh, let me see here. Quite clearly, my client is a vegan. Per this vegan cookbook, he would never do something as nasty as leaving any kind of animal substance or byproduct in a sock.
Prosecution.
Kids are still really fucking creepy.
Also, I would like to point out that in this universe, the fact that everyone has socks means that this man will also not reproduce.
Don't look at me. He said it.
Defense, would you please repeat your last?
The vegan cookbook showing that he is a vegan, he would never allow animal byproduct to go to waste or be used in some filthy manner, such as just leaving it in a sock.
Do you have video footage of this?
Really, dude, you recorded yourself? Are you fucking crazy? Oh, my God, man. Get a bus into sperm bank. Also bring it to...
So let me get this clear. Are you, is the prosecution claiming that the defendant is in fact an e-girl with an OnlyFans?
Wait a second, let me check.
Apparently, instead of answering the question, she's looking for more evidence, so defense!
I was looking. My ears hurt. God, why do I always sound like I'm 9? Okay, why can't... Wait a minute. My cards are gray.
Yeah,
Yes, because I asked you a yes or no question, and you decided to go back into evidence, so I gave it to the defense.
All right, let's see here. I present the defendant. Oh, good God, don't look so shocked. You knew it was going to come up. I present the defendant's fursuit. There was no way he could use a sock. His fursuit doesn't have an opening for that.
I'm going to allow that one. Prosecution.
God, these facial expressions are horrible.
Well, he was carrying a small pouch inside of his fursuit, and in that pouch was a sticky sock that whenever he would go to the bathroom, aka the giant litter box, that's when he pulled out his sock and made it sticky.
Okay, defense.
Let's see here. Uh-oh.
News again.
Ashes contain juicy fruit. The taste indeed moved him.
I intend to give horrible 80s flashbacks to everyone today. You're welcome.
Joke's on you. I was born in the 90s.
It makes it worse. It's like when one of us has to watch nothing but reruns from earlier decades.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm immune to the 80s flashbacks because I can't flash back to when I wasn't there.
And yet I still flash back to the 60s because Green Acres, Dragnet, and F.
Everybody was alive in the 60s. Everybody.
The next piece of evidence is a green screen. It's a green screen. He's never been outside of his house. He only uses the green screen for the videos that he makes. Therefore, he could not go to the big litter box, as the prosecution so puts it.
What? How does that clear him of using a sock?
She said that it was that he went to the big litter box. That was when he brought out the small pouch.
For a bathroom. I'm striking that one. Prosecution.
Trust me, I've got one more. Really? Why are you They're yours.
Are we sure we're just not accusing Rasclin of this and forgot to put him on the stand?
So, defense. Your client also likes to run around in chaps and a thong. So, which makes easy access to make anybody's sock sticky.
I think you used all three of your breaking news articles there, Ras.
Yeah, he
I want
did.
to see if it works. Let's see if it does. And, yep, doesn't work. Damn it.
Okay.
The article I was going to put in was no one has seen Rasclin and Mr. Happy together.
All right, fine. You want proof that he doesn't make his socks sticky like you're suggesting? The bloody knife. My client has no penis. Look, you knew it was going to come up. Come on. My client has no penis. He couldn't possibly make any of his socks sticky in that manner.
But what if he used the sock to staunch the blood?
She's very clearly suggesting that he is coming in his socks, Your Honor.
I'm going off this accusation, which just said making his socks sticky. There's no modifier here. But you know what, prosecution, you got one last chance to convince me.
Why is he making a grouchy face?
That's a good question. Why are you so grouchy?
He was, yeah. Okay, so, defense. There was a notebook full of scribbles that he wrote down in the notes. Yes, double. That he was scribbling to make sure that everybody knew when he went to the litter box, even though his penis was cut off, that he borrowed a penis to make other people's socks sticky.
What the fuck kind of monster mash goonery is this?
Clearly, I've taught her too well.
Okay.
So that's all 5 evidence for both of you. So sure, prosecution closing arguments.
What that was.
No, that's final evidence.
Okay. Why does your guy look all grouchy? He looks sad.
He always looks sad.
Okay,
are you feeling bad for the defense right now?
Well, if he's going to make other people's socks sticky. Okay, so, and I'm doing my final argument?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, the night of the convention, just because he was standing before a green screen, making himself invisible because his furry suit was green, that enabled him, with his cut-off penis, to run and get somebody else's furry suit and get in the furry suit and pretend that he was somebody else to come in somebody else's sock and make it sticky.
Okay, just now this is starting to sound like a Guar concert.
Are we suggesting that fursuits themselves have human genitalia sewn inside?
Because there is a pouch.
But he changed suits.
Yes.
Defense closing arguments.
Your Honor, the prosecution is so confused. They don't even know what they're charging him with.
Sorry.
Oh no, this is part of
triple jeopardy.
This is part of the act. This is part of the act. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all part of the act.
It's all part of the show, folks.
The prosecution claims that my client changed into another fursuit, used somebody else's penis, make somebody else's sock sticky. But the actual charges against my client are him making his sock sticky. Therefore, her argument about somebody else's sock is completely irrelevant. My client doesn't have a penis, so that he couldn't personally do it. He would have to have somebody else make his sock sticky. But as I pointed out, the prosecution says that that was somebody else's sock that they are concerned about, not his own, which is what he is charged with.
Your client, I already said that your client jumped into somebody else's furry suit and made somebody else's sock sticky. I already said that, so
yes,
your client is guilty.
But your charge against him is making his socks sticky, not somebody else's.
Order.
Liar defense.
Hush you. Point of order, defense. Her original argument was that he had already made his socks sticky and had moved on to making other people's socks sticky, thus creating a timeline and chain of concern. So that point of your argument is invalid.
Three of her evidence.
However, shush. I will give him one concession, prosecution, which is in fact that his client has been neutered, and thus, even if he could use someone else's penis to sticky his socks or anyone else's, it would be that person who should be on trial. So, there are flaws in both of your logic. However, come on, give me my verdict. There we go. He is still fur trash. I say, as fur trash. Don't come for me.
I see the headline. Crisis averted. No one got off on this technicality.
Oh, that's bad. That is bad.
I had
to get off. What else
Look,
is new?
if the thing would just let me keep writing headlines, I would have.
I told you. New headline. Gooner fails to get off. What else is new?
Okay, well, I think that is where we should end for tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I'm fucking drained right now.
But I do like this game. It is a lot.
I love this game, and it was just as fun as I thought it was going to be with all of us.
Yeah,
Damn it, Aiden, you had to end on that note?
Yes.
You're fucking drained right now? We all know why.
Yes.
Yes, you were the filthy furry. It was you all along.
No, I meant
I
drained by
told you, I found him guilty in my capacity as a furry.
All right. So, you guys want to say your good nights?
Oh, hey, look, it finally gave me the achievement of Good Boy. I had to exit the game to get it.
Oh, really?
It gave it
Yeah,
to
it
me
also gave
too.
me, why are we even here?
I don't
It
even
gave
know
me
where
that
you guys
one
are
too.
finding that.
Okay, yeah, I got those as well. Okay. That's weird.
I don't know.
Maybe they just like keep everything loaded up and stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, you guys want to say your good nights?
Yes. When is a good time to go to the dentist?
2:30.
Yay! Yes, Caden. Go, Caden. Go, Caden. Yep, okay. That's me. I'm done.
All right. Jaden?
Tomorrow night. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Tomorrow I may or may not be streaming. I did say I'm considering taking Sundays and Wednesdays off. That was my old work schedule, and it worked pretty well, keeping me from getting burnt out. But I might just make it weekends off, because I have been dragging ass all day. However, Tuesday night you can look forward to, I believe I'm going to bring back Howling, but I have no idea what our topic is going to be, so we'll probably just make it a... Fuck it, come up with a name for Tuesday where we talk about anything, because I'm not good at puns right now. It's 1:09 in the morning. And then the rest of the week, I will be streaming Blueprints, Oblivion, Chrono Cross, and I do have a new game, but I am not going to introduce that until I finish one of the other three, because I don't want to just overload my schedule. And don't forget that we will also be on Twitch every other Tuesday for Dungeons and Dragons. We did have to release a player, but that's okay. We've still got our main core group. Past that, yeah.
All right, and I guess that just leaves Ras.
Tomorrow night, Over the Edge on Community Radio for East Central Illinois, 90.1 FM, WEFT Champaign. Streaming online at new.weft.org/listen.
All right. And with that, I will go ahead and do my outro. As always, guys, thanks for being here. And I will see you next time.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, our Twitter account, our Tumblr account, our Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for our Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we are going to be hopefully finishing off Star Trek Judgment Rights. And after that, I'm not sure what we're going to do next, but I'll figure something out. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from ollamhproductions.